Cuba, it's me. Welcome to episode 331 of the W.I.L.L.I.W show, which stands for Wrestling is Life, Life is Wrestling. Today is part 24 of my Ontario promotion spotlight. I'm going through every active wrestling promotion in Ontario, giving them a spotlight, letting people know some information about them if they didn't already, trying to educate them on the promotion and educate myself. And then sometimes the viewers come through, tell me what I may have missed, tell me what I was wrong about. The internet's not always true. Let's do this. Today is Magnificent Championship Wrestling, which is MCW. Now, I went to a couple different websites. Cage Match was one. They do have mcwwrestling.ca. And from what I was able to tell, it started in 2010. The owner is Nikki Martin, and as of today, they've had about 25 shows to date. They're based out of Brantford, but they have done a show or two in Simcoe and a show or two in Guelph. So, like I said, they have, mcwwrestling.ca. They also have the Twitter, and they also have the Facebook. The Facebook seems to be the most active one where it's really current, up to date. The website seems like it's more about last year, 2017. I don't know if they've updated for the 2018 yet. They do have a bunch of videos on YouTube, but it's not under MCW. There's an account there called We Love Wrestling. I just Googled Magnificent Championship Wrestling, and a bunch of their matches came up on YouTube. They're about from 2 years ago, but there's some real great action there. And check it out if you have a chance. And then I was able to find out they have 3 champions in MCW. They have the MCW champion, a legend and a personal favorite of mine, Outlaw Scott Chase. They also have the MCW Tag Team Champions, which is the Deadly Venoms, Jake O'Reilly and Tornado. And then they have the MCW Women's Champion, which is currently Beautiful Bee, who's on a heck of a run, and I think she has like 4 or 5 belts in her possession right now. So just to give you a taste of what they bring to you at a show, this is their show results from Immortal 2017, which was November, I believe November 25th. And they really go out in the advertising. They've even had billboard. They go around, put posters up everywhere in Brantford and get in with a lot of local businesses. But just to give you a taste of what you're going to see at a MCW show, these are the results from their last show that they did. At the opening contest, we had Alessandro Del Bruno defeating Eric Kearney and Dylan Daniels in a triple threat match. Then Mr. Atlantis came out and defeated the newcomer Zodiac. And then some shenanigans were pulled. Dean Richards, who is 51% owner of MCW, came out, and one of the lawyers for, I think it was Zachary Strife and Nikki Martin, basically said that they were trying to force him into giving up his ownership, which he wouldn't do, and then they said that he had to fight for it, which he was willing to do, but then they put the odds against him by having it 1-on-3, Mr. Atlantis, Zachary Strife, and Nikki Martin against Dean Richards. Dean Richards actually held up pretty well for himself, but then I believe it was Miss Ruby, I apologize if that's wrong, ended up turning on him and costing him the match. So it remains to be seen. I don't know what the follow-up is. You should go to their next show to see if Dean Richards has lost his ownership or not. And then we had Cody Deaner take on Tyler Turva, and Deaner was able to get the victory in this contest. Then we had a great contest of Rip Impact defeating Kato Kiyomiya from Pro Wrestling Noah. The Deadly Venoms, the tag team champions, they wrestled Andrew Davis and Travis McCabe, which resulted in a no contest. So they definitely got some history that needs to be taken care of there. Beautiful Bia retained her women's championship against, it was said on the event poster that it was supposed to be Leah Vaughn and Haley Shadows, but in the results it just said Beautiful Bia won via Frog Splash. So I don't know if the cards are always subject to change. I'm not sure if it was actually Leah Vaughn and Haley Shadows, but that was what was being advertised prior to the event. And then the champion, Outlaw Scott Chase, retained against Jim Nye. Now, I'm not sure if this was a no DQ match, but it said that there was a lot of weapons and brawling involved in the match, so I'm not sure if the referee got knocked out or that was a stipulation prior to it. So that takes us into 2018, and they're having their first show Saturday, March 3rd, 2018, and that will take place on Tollgate Road, Brantford, Ontario at 7 p.m. And they've already announced 6 matches for this. We have the champion, Outlaw Scott Chase, defending against the Hardcore Hick, who has been involved a lot in MCW throughout their history. Then Beautiful Bia will defend her title against Felicity. And in a rematch from the last show, the Deadly Venoms will defend the tag team titles against Andrew Davis and Travis McCabe as it went to a no contest. Then Brandon Hines, who made some appearances in MCW's earlier days, is making his return to the company against Hacker Scotty O'Shea, which is going to be a fantastic contest, I'm sure. Then we have more tag team action. We have Jake Heavyweight Jones and Doc Richards taking on Dylan Daniels and Mr. Atlantis. We also have a performance by the band Siren Song. Now, I haven't checked them out myself personally, but I've heard good things about them, so just as another thing that adds to a great show. And I have a lot of friends that have gone to MCW shows, whether as just as attending, being part of the audience, or actually performing for the company, and I've only heard great things. It's a great atmosphere, they have great crowds, and the show on March 3rd, they're actually going to return to their original venue where it all began. I'm not sure what the story with that is, but it says they're returning home to their home venue, which is the one on Tollgate Road I was talking about. So let's hear from you guys. That's what I was able to find out. What do you know about MCW, Magnificent Championship Wrestling? Have you ever been to one of their shows? Have you ever performed for the company? Have you ever watched any of their online content? Let me know what you think, because I really appreciate the comments from the viewers. And as always, on The Willu Show, like or you get a leg drop, comment or you get a clothesline, subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!